2K Sports. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season. They were dominated last year. Very first official NBA playing time. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Smith.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains translate to consistent production on the court.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, Smith in at point guard. Robinson is out there with and it's Bogdanovich in at the two guard. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Nets?
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Smith, and again, it's the Nets missing. And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
Yeah, a little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
Bargnani passes to Robinson. The stupendous finish in traffic. Robinson's got 6. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Brooks kicks to Gibson. Pass to Snell. Noah the screen. Snell, no good.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. And the Nets making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Chicago also making some changes. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Mirotic. Jimmy Butler comes in for Tony Snell. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brooks. Nets leading by 6. Here's Smith. The rebound by Gibson.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller. to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. Last season, he played outstanding, 11th in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game.
And there you have it, folks, the very first NBA bucket from Smith.
And a scrappy one, but he'll take it. It doesn't matter how you get those first points in the NBA. It just matters that you get them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there will be plenty of chances to create spectacular highlights in the years to come for this young man. But right now, he just wants those first points.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor, and Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
And that's an air ball. Not even close. Bulls trail by 4. Nets were the hottest team and story a few years back, certainly, but last season they were put up for sale. Surprisingly to some, Clark, midway through the year.
Yeah, that was odd timing given the new arena and rebranding. I mean, you would think after all that effort to rebuild the team, you would see it through.
And, boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
Now, here's Ellington, defended by Dunleavy. Johnson dishes to Smith. A minute 50 left to play here in the half. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
And for the Nets being put up for sale, a big part of it was they were.
And a pretty tightly kept. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Brook Lopez.
Just a dominant display by Brook Lopez in the post tonight. Lopez.
And that'll do it for you. Enjoy.